What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight 8610, and today we have a very special opening for you guys. We have an Arc 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! 2014 starter deck to open for you guys. So yes, of course this is the Japanese version. We'll get an English version. I don't think there is an official release date yet for it for us, but it'll probably be like this summer. I'm going to assume it's going to be like June or July or something. I really don't think it'll take too long for us. And I also assume that we will get, of course, the same cards that are in this, so I don't really think it's going to be different. Of course, if you don't know, this also includes the new Pendulum monsters, which is a new type of monster. So like how Synchros, you know, came out, and then there are Xyz. Well, this is another new one where it's like, they're like half spell cards, half monster cards. It's still something I'm still trying to figure out. I mean, you know, we still don't know all the strategies, I guess, yet, and there's a lot of hype around them, and there are a lot of people that aren't too happy about them, too, but let's go on ahead and see what we got from this. But first off, before we get going, I got this from Jakarade.com. Be sure to check them out. Link in the description. It's where I get all of, like, the Japanese openings and stuff that I do, so be sure to check them out. Alright, so yeah, let's see what we get. Also, it includes an enhancement pack, too, so yeah. The enhancement pack is sort of like the one we got from our 2013 starter deck, and they got one as well. I'm going to show you guys the box. There's the new Pendulum monsters that you're getting in this. The Duelist Advent will come out after this, which is the main set, after Primal Origin, and that will include more Pendulum monsters and stuff too. So yeah, thought I'd kind of show you guys what the starter deck looks like if you hadn't seen a Japanese starter deck. I'm going to kind of cut the tape. I don't want to tear up the box if possible, because I kind of like to keep at least like the starter deck box like this. Especially since this one's a little bit more of a special occasion, I guess, since it's, you know, brand new monster, changing up the game. Can't wait to see how Pendulums are going to do. So far in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, they are on there, and I don't know if Dev Pro has them yet. I think they do, and I don't know about Dueling Network, but they're pretty fun to try out. So anyway, there's the enhancement pack. We'll get to that after we go through the starter deck, so we'll leave that to the side. We have our, well, if I can get it out of the box, we have our starter, like a beginner's guide, a rulebook, you know, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, someone read all that to me, please. Because, yeah, I can't read Japanese, so, but yeah, it's still really cool to have. Here's the new playmat, which I'm probably going to have to, like, zoom out real quick, like, cut to it, because the playmat's changed, of course, with the new monsters. So let's see if we can make some room and kind of show you guys what the playmat looks like. And here are the new zones, alright? As you can see, of course, you have like the Pendulum zones, which are right here. You have a red one, you have a blue one. And that's really the only thing that's changed. I mean, you still have your normal zones. It's just kind of, these were placed in there. So yeah, at least they can kind of still fit on a smaller planet. You can kind of see how they cut off part of the places. And it also goes through like rule stuff. But again, I can't read Japanese, but I'm sure it's the same, you know, phases and all that kind of stuff too. But yeah, it looks pretty neat. I don't know, I'm trying to be really optimistic about Pendulum monsters, as you can probably tell. I mean, I do like how the game changes, and I like the way Xyz turn out, I like the way Synchros turn out. So I'm trying to give them a fair turn and be optimistic. So anyway, what do we have here? Is this talking about, I think it's like some strategies for the starter deck. Yeah, it kind of explains Pendulum monsters, I believe. I'm sure the rulebook goes into it in more detail, and you can kind of see how Pendulums work. You have to 2 in the field, and basically, the way I've used them on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, like I said, I still don't feel like I fully grasp what all it does. But basically, if you have the 2 magicians on both sides, you can like just keep, like, you basically just swarm the field so easy. And that's what a lot of people are afraid of, because that means they're really strong because of that. But yeah, we're gonna see. I don't know. Like I said, optimistic. Just keep telling yourself that, Cyber, I know. Anyway, let's go on ahead. I'm going to mainly name off, of course, the newer cards like we have right here. As you can see, this is what a Pendulum monster looks like. The effect, like half effect monster and then half like spell card. You can see he has like the green as well. Looks pretty cool, and it has like the Pendulum scales. And then he has like a spell card effect and a monster effect. Because you can still summon them normally like a monster, or you use them as Pendulum monsters where they're like spell cards. So, yeah, I know it's a little hard to explain, I'm sure, to people. I'll probably go through and have like a video of explaining Pendulum monsters. But here's the first one we have, which is Magician of Astromancy, I believe is how you say the name of that one. Looks pretty cool. It kind of looks like he has a dual disc or something, like a duelist like staff thing. I don't know. He's pretty cool looking. And then of course the other Pendulum monsters you can see here has a rank scale, or I think it's scale, I guess is the correct way of saying it, of 8, which is pretty neat. And he is a Magician of Chronomancy, I believe is the name of that one. And he really does look like he has a dual disc. That's why I didn't know, whenever we first started seeing pictures of these, I didn't know maybe if he was actually some kind of duelist or what. It was kind of weird. And then of course we're going to see a lot of cards that we already know, like Whitetail Dragon and stuff, so I'm not going to go over everything. I have a lot of normal monsters because the cards that are in here work with normal monsters a lot, so you're going to see a lot of older ones. And here's one of the newer cards as well. It is Mech Equipped Dragon Ether Weapon. Very nice card. It's whenever it's, I believe when it's Pendulum summoned, he can like remove a card on your opponent's side of the field, or it might be anywhere on the field, and send it back to the hand. So it's actually pretty cool, and it's not too hard to bring him out like that with a Pendulum summon. Then of course you have like all these cards. I'm going to name through them. Let's see, Mech Equipped Warrior Ventrida? I think I'm saying that right? I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm just killing the names of these cards, but I'm doing the best I can. Alright, we also have Mech Equipped Warrior Arnis. We have Mech Equipped Warrior Terriger, I think is how you say the name of that one. Let's see, Mech Equipped Warrior, I got that part right. Hadrotaurus. You know, he's like a turtle, so there you go. And then Yellow Dragon Summoner, which is kind of, yeah, they're kind of going to the summoner instead of like the equips, because, you know, as you can kind of tell from the artworks and stuff, it's like the background monster is like its own monster as well. So that's kind of cool. Let's see, Azure Dragon Summoner. Then you have Vermilion Sparrow Summoner. White Tiger Summoner. And then, of course, Black Tortoise Summoner. So yeah, those are a lot easier to say. And then after that, of course, we have like the Evil Barrier. It's like Ancient Evil Barrier or something like that. And then Supply Unit, which is actually a really awesome card. It's when one of your monsters, I believe, is destroyed by either battle or by card effect, you get to draw a card. But I believe it's like once per turn thing. You have a few of these on the field, especially I believe with Scraps is what it's come on really well. Of course, I guess you can use it with other things too. You get to draw pretty well. So it's like a really good draw engine. So that's a really good card. Lightning Vortex, Space Typhoon, you know, some normal stuff. Other artwork, of course, for that. Let's see. I think it's kind of cool to see that older card. You can add life points to yourself or, you know, inflict damage to your opponent. Sarkowitsu Armor, an old card I remember using a lot. Shadow Spell, Jar of Greed, just kind of some normal stuff. Yeah, 7 tools. So yeah, that's pretty much all of that stuff from the starter deck that you will be expecting. Like I said, I don't think they're really going to change it. I don't remember them even changing the last starter deck and giving us different cards. So I assume we're going to get the exact same thing when it comes out in English. Then we have, of course, the extra pack or whatever, the expansion pack thingy. I don't think they have a tear on this, and I'm always afraid I'm going to like bend the cards because it's not a very thick pack. So I'm just going to go ahead and use our safety scissors of doom, and let's see what we get. Alright, we have a Kuraz, which is a light monarch. Dark Hole, that's very nice. Let's see, Fairy Lily, Fairy Injection Lily. I'm sorry, I am tongue-tied. Mirror Force, and then of course, like unintentionally rhymed, the card, I believe you're guaranteed to get him no matter, and he is, of course, the main character's new, like, main card, and that is Odd Eyes Dragon. So yeah, it's actually a really cool card. It's another one of those that's, you know, pretty cool. He kind of reminds me of like Flame Wingman. I believe he has a really similar effect, kind of like Flame Wingman. I think it's something like that. When he destroys a monster, he inflicts damage to the attack, or... Let's see, I'll go ahead and read it off, actually. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of the destroyed monster's original attack. So yeah, it's kind of like Flame Wingman, except it's half the original attack, but not too bad. 2,500 attack, of course, 2,000 defense, level 7 dragon, and dark. So yeah, he's our, I guess, new signature monster for our main character, which is kind of weird because usually whatever Eyes Dragon or whatever is always the rival's monster. So yeah. The Pendulum version of him is in the Duelist Advent, and the Pendulum version is like a new staple. If you're going to use Pendulum monsters, he's like a staple card. But of course, we'll get to that whenever those come out, and in Japan, of course, we'll do an opening. I believe that's in May, and of course, we'll get that eventually over here as well in English. But yeah, there is the new starter deck. What do you guys think of it? Are you excited about Pendulum monsters? Are you really not excited? Are you like scared that it's going to ruin the game? Again, I'm still trying to have an open mind about this. Everyone complained about Synchros. Everybody complained about, Xyz and said they were going to ruin the game. So, I mean, history's just repeating itself, I feel like, on a lot of this, where people are going to say that, and they're going to be like, oh, okay, it's not near as bad as I thought. Or I'm hoping that's the way it's going to be. I could be wrong. This could be the apocalypse of Yugioh. I don't know. But I really don't think it will be. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Of course, thank you for watching. Remember to come rate, subscribe. We'll try to have some duels using this at least like on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro or something. And yeah, I'm also trying to think of some other especially older archetypes that we can use Pendulum monsters with. I know Scraps is like the main one I'm seeing a lot of people use with that, which we'll probably do something on that, like duels and deck profiles. But I'm also trying to think of some others. So if anyone has any ideas, like some other archetypes they think that would do well with Pendulum monsters, tell me, and I'd love to try to have the challenge of building something like that. I'm going to try something with Dragoonities, of course, because I have to. It's Dragoonities. And I was thinking Gym Knight somehow, because a lot of these are like level 7s and stuff, and yeah, so and a lot of Gym Knight fusions and stuff, if not all, I think it's almost all, are level 7. So I was thinking about trying something on that. I don't know. It's just a random idea. It might not work, but we'll see. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to come rate, subscribe. Check out Jakarade.com if you want to get one of these for yourself. They're really awesome. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Alright? Later, guys.